morning, students. Today we're going to look at historical documents, and we're really going to take a look how to identify them and how to analyze them. So historical documents come in a variety of forms. Most of you would be able to identify the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights. But historical documents also include birth certificates, letters, paperwork, and posters. Today we're really going to focus on propaganda posters, but what you're going to learn today can be used for any form of a historical document. So when looking at a historical document, you have to remember that context is key. The people, the cultural influence that wrote the document, the time period it was written and how long it took to write, its environment, the mood behind it, the person's attitude, any religious beliefs, political beliefs, changes that happened prior to it and after it, as well as cause and effects of that historical document. So there's 4 key components when looking at a historical document. You need to identify it, date, author, place, and what major event it is surrounding. You need to analyze it. You need to look at what is its agenda, its ideas, and purpose. You need to contextualize it, which is you need to look at the broader view outside of the historical document itself. And you need to establish a theme or purpose. What was its goals, outcomes, and fears of creating this historical document? So students, I just want you to take a couple minutes and look at this. This is a propaganda poster, but I want you to look at it and tell me what you think of it and what sticks out to you. So this image is a little hard to see, but I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you how to analyze and how to utilize the 4 components of a historical document. And then what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to break you guys up into groups, and I'm going to assign each of your group a poster, and I'm going to give you about 30 minutes to research that poster, and then you're going to present it the same way I'm going to present this one to you. So pay attention and remember to take notes, because you're going to be doing this either at the end of this class or next period. So this is a propaganda poster. It is Rosie the Riveter, a gentleman named Norman Rockwell. This is his image. It debuted in the Saturday Evening Post, May 29th, 1943, during World War II. This poster was very important because it was to promote Americanism. You can see the American flag behind. It also was a key factor on getting women into the workforce. Prior to World War II, women only made up 1% of the Air Force workforce, building planes, building motors, maintaining them. During World War II, that number shot up into the 60th percentile, and in some cases even higher. So, and also on this, most don't notice it, but below her feet is Mein Kampf, which is a book written by Adolf Hitler. So it has a lot of hidden images as well. So you need to pay attention to that when you're analyzing your historical document. The contextualized part of this is, in order to win the war against Germany and the Axis powers, America and its citizens would have to work together. They were counting on the women to pick up the workforce when the men were on the battlefield. And so propaganda posters were incredibly useful during this time because it encouraged people to get out there and work and support their country, but it also promoted buying war bonds, supporting the war financially. And so And the purpose and the theme of this propaganda poster, and a lot of wartime propaganda posters, was to support America, the war effort, and also to get women into the workplace, to get them out of the home and fill those positions when the men were fighting. So what I'm going to have you guys do, I'm going to have you break up into groups, just at the tables you guys are at. And I'm going to assign posters to you. And I want you to use those 4 key components I just showed you. Identify, analyze, contextualize, and establish theme or purpose. I'll give you about 30 minutes to do research. You can use your computers in class. If you need to go to the library, you guys can do that. Group 1, I'm going to assign you this propaganda poster. I want you guys to really research why this is one of the most significant and most recognized ones. Group 2, I'm going to give you the food as ammunition, and I want you to really, what was the agenda behind this food basket, as well as in the background. Group 3, I'm going to give you this one. It says, it is nice in the surf, but what about the men in the trenches? Go and help. I want you to compare what was going on not only in America, but in the world at this time. Group 4, I'm going to give you this poster. And I want you to focus on not only the 2 figures, but the wording as well. And then group 5, I'm going to give you this poster, and a lot of you will recognize this poster, and I want to show you that historical documents are still being created today. There are still propaganda posters being made for a variety of reasons. So I don't want you just to tell me who the figure is. I want you to tell me about the logo, about the word, why this is in 2 different colors or 3. So I want you to do research and really elaborate. And then we're going to come back, and if we have time, a couple of you groups will go today, and the rest of you will go tomorrow. And then after everybody has gone, I want you guys to write a reflection paper on what you learned about historical documents, as well as the 4 key components to analyzing them. And then we will go from there.